This researcher just solved college football's biggest mystery. She can predict where high school players will commit. There is an entire industry built up around deciphering where 16 and 17-year-olds will play college football. Websites boast crystal ball predictions of where top high school recruits will suit up. Companies charge for premium subscriptions with claims that they can decode the caprice and whimsy of children. And then there's Kristina Bigbsy, a PhD candidate at the University of Iowa who is probably better than all of them. She developed a mathematical model that predicts with 70% accuracy where a high school football player will go to college. And she uses nothing but their basic biographical information and Twitter account. In other words, she can read the minds of some of sports' most sought-after prospects by reading their tweets and looking up some basic biographical information. Her paper on those findings was published this month in the Informed journal Decision Analysis. In other words, she could completely own Nick Saban and Urban Meyer on the recruiting circuit if she really wanted to, with just the use of a fancy spreadsheet and some half-decent computer code. If you really want to see where someone is committing, you shouldn't overlook social media data, she said. Bigbsy developed the model as part of her PhD program in information science. She wanted to study wrestling recruiting. Iowa consistently fields a top wrestling team, but went with football because the sport was more popular and because of the national obsession around recruiting classes. She mined data from 573 athletes in 2016 from the 247 sports recruiting database who had at least 2 Division I scholarship offers and public Twitter accounts. Then she pulled their tweets, followers and accounts they followed each month and distilled the data into a model that makes it all easy to understand. She found that if a recruit tweeted a hashtag about a school, his likelihood of committing there jumped 300%. For every coach the athlete followed from a given school, his likelihood of committing went up 47%. When a coach follows an athlete, likelihood increases 40%. The most significant actions online are the actions the athlete is doing, Bigbsy said. Who is he following? What is he tweeting? What hashtags is he using? Her model crunched those numbers along with other data sets, that is, a college's location relative to the recruit's hometown, a college's academic ranking, a college's recent football performance, and more, and spit out a list of universities a recruit was likely to attend, along with each school's odds. The model correctly predicted a recruit's choice 70% of the time. And if the model was wrong, recruits generally chose the second-place college, Bigbsy's paper shows. We can narrow most people's choices down to 2 schools, she said, but you never know what teenagers are thinking. The model could provide better predictions, Bigbsy said, if researchers pulled recruits' Twitter data every week instead of every month. Plus, she's still tweaking the model to better interpret what tweets mean. An athlete posting "just got an offer from Iowa, and can't wait to visit Iowa," mean very different things, Bigbsy said. The first is self-promoting, and probably doesn't do much for the Hawkeyes' chances of landing a commitment. The second one is ingratiating. The athlete is trying to join an online community conversation about Iowa. That certainly helps the Hawkeyes' odds. So imagine the following: Alabama beats South Carolina and then has a bye week. Crimson Tide assistant coaches fan out across the continental United States on recruiting trips equipped with weekly reports on prospects' online activity and their current likelihood of choosing Alabama. That's what this model can do, Bigbsy said. It can really give teams an edge in the valuable, year-round recruiting game. Only one problem: you need an information science expert to run the numbers. Bigbsy has a potential solution for that, too. I'm careening toward graduation, she said. If a football team wants to call me, I will certainly pick up the phone. More from the Post. Many class of 2018 college football recruits set to sign from a German factory to Michigan, meet an unlikely target of early signing day. College football's new early signing period is a gamble to some, a relief